Hello guys, welcome to my video series tutorial to talk about Microsoft Semantic Kernel. In this video, I'm going to focus on how to handle function calling using streaming function. So far we understand how to use function calling. Next, we understand function calling helper. The helper we used helper class function call content. This class we used to implement the function calling. As I mentioned, in this video, I'm focus on how to implement function calling in streaming API. So same program only I'm taken here. So here I have created a new project called function calling streaming. Just copy all the code base to the new project. Only the main code I removed. So the main code we are going to write the streaming API. So this part. So up to here, yeah, this part we are going to change. And in this video, again, I'm not going to write from the scratch code. Instead, I'm going to use the helper class. So go to our main program.cs file. So first step, I'm going to add a wait function, wait for each where stream content in chat service dot get streaming chat message content async function we have to use for streaming API. I use this API. The first parameter we have to pass the chat history. The chat history already has added here. This information I'm going to pass chat history. The next argument execution settings, that also we defined here. Tool call behavior enable kernel function. So that also I added here settings. Third argument we have to pass the kernel. So the kernel object available here, that also I pass the third argument. So our streaming API is ready. So if we run the application, use like console dot write stream content dot content. If you use like this, what happened while generating the model generating the answer, we get the response from the model, we display the result. So it's like typing kind of things it will display. For in this function calling scenario, I'm not going to use this concept. I just remove this code. Here I'm going to check whether any function call available or not. So here I'm going to store this stream content. Finally, we'll check whether the function calling available or not. To store this streaming content, we have to use the helper class. Previously, we used the helper class function call content. Now, we are going to use the different helper class called function call content builder. So, function call content builder. This class we have to use for streaming function. Function call content builder. Just create the object for this one. So here function call content builder dot append. This API we have to use and pass a stream content. Stream content. That's it. So once it's finished, we have to use the build function so that it will return the all function call information. So the function call information available in this variable function calls. So the same way, we have to use the for each, this concept. We have to use for each, and after that we have to invoke this one. So here I'm going to use for each function call content. Next we check function result. So using this one invoke async, we are passing the kernel object. So it will internally it will call the corresponding function and return the result. So once results came, we have to pass this result content to this streaming object again. So here I'm going to just copy the same code here. I don't want to add it again. Here console dot write this one stream content dot content. So the information printed on the screen. Before that, we'll check one condition. If it is null, then no need to print it. So stream content dot content is not null. It's not null. Just print the result. Fine. And previously, you see here, we add the result into the chat history. This information we have to pass it. So the same step we have to do here also. So here also we have to add this information, chat history information. So I just copy this one and go to our main code. So here we just pass it. Added, seems to be all fine. Okay, let's run this program and see the result. Application started. So bug, invalid parameter, message with the role tool must be response to a producing message with tool cards. Did you remember this bug? This bug, I already mentioned that. So we have to pass the first message information also. So the chat message content async, it will return the result. This result also we have to add to the chat history. This information we have to pass it. The same we have to do here also. After that only it will work, otherwise it won't work. But here there is a problem because we are just appending the stream content, but here it's different way. So one time API call, it will return the result that we directly added to the chat history, but here we cannot do like this. So we have to do in different way. So here we will check one condition. If function call count is greater than 0, just execute this loop. Yeah. So in this step, I'm going to add chat message content. The role I'm going to assign as a assistant. So all the response from the get streaming message content function response, I'm going to add into that assistant replay. This information I'm going to pass to the chat history. So here we are going to create the assistant. So chat message content, this one, and chat message content, go to new of chat message content, the author role assistant, and content null. So at the moment not required, we just add the null. The next step in the chat history, add this chat message content, newly created object, we have to pass it here. So we added the assistant to the chat history. So far we didn't add the chat message content async function response. That we are going to add into in this for each only. So here chat message content dot items dot add. So just pass the function called content. That's it. So streaming response we captured into this chat message content, assign the role, this information added to the items, then chat history finally we passed here. So this time it will work. We run the application again and we see the result. So start printing the result. We added the console.write line here. After that, it's calling the conversion rate function and weather information. That's it.